My brain is fried. That's what that is. I'm in the middle of doing Advent of Code Day 3, Part 2, 2025. And like, I know what I want to do. I know how I would express it in like most languages. But also, I don't know why, but I'm just like, yeah, I'll use Rust for this. And it just like, just makes the brain not happy, basically. And I'm like, man, why is it that I just hit this mental roadblock whenever I'm doing this that makes me feel like a complete idiot? Anyway, I know I'm not an idiot. It's just like, it's a tricky problem where like you're making like the biggest possible number you can. And for whatever reason, it's just not. Anyway, let's enjoy some Ace Attorney and shut off our brain for a bit. That way it'll be fully recharged for after the stream when I inevitably attempt to continue this. So, moving right along. Just so you know, I'm not going to take sides. Message received, loud and clear. Good, because I don't like this one bit. You and Daddy should be on the same team. Sorry, Trucy. Oh, she's really mad. I'm sorry too, little lady. This is all my fault. I'm just worried things will never be the same between Daddy and Apollo. If they go through with this. Is that all? Well, I wouldn't worry about that. That's the way it is with us men. We may fight, but we don't burn bridges. Really? Sure. 1 minute we're trading blows, and the next we're having drinks together. We're simple creatures at heart. I sure hope you're right. Sorry I'm late, Apollo. Athena, there you are. What happened with you and Mr. Wright yesterday? Oh, about that. I ended up going to the wrong airport. I was waiting there thinking his flight was really late. Before I knew it, I dozed off. By the time I woke up, it was already dark. Figured something like that had happened. Being late and dozing off are the two things you do best. Ugh, guilty as charged. So then, I take it you have no idea what today's case is about? Not a clue. Sorry. What is today's case about, if I might ask? Another locked room mystery? A suspect with a flimsy alibi? Or a dying message? Sorry, strike 3, you're out. It's a civil case. A civil case? You act like I'm speaking Swahili here. It's just the Wright Anything Agency specializes in criminal law. Or so I thought. In civil cases, there are no prosecutors, right? Instead, both parties retain an attorney? Right. And the other attorney is someone you know very well. Really? Who? The trial will begin shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom at once. Okay, let's do this. Apollo, wait, who's the other attorney? And where is Mr. Wright? No time to explain. Let's go. Okay, right behind you. You could... Okay, there's enough time to tell her as you walk through the doors. It's not that hard to be like, oh, we're up against Mr. Wright. Like, come on. Communicate, Apollo. Though this is interesting, because they haven't done this in any other game as far as I can recall. Court is now in session. Oh. Is this some sort of practice session? A mock trial, perhaps? No, it's not, Your Honor. It's the real deal, Your Honor. So then you two have had a falling out. What have you using my courtroom for that, you know? It's nothing like that, Your Honor. Exactly. It just so happens that we have different clients in this case. I see. Well, here's to hoping this has no adverse effect on your working relationship. You can say that again? I had no idea we'd be going up against the boss today. Ugh, you sure this is a good idea, Apollo? What? Do you want to switch sides? Honestly, I'd rather be anywhere but here right now. Well, at least she is here. Really gonna need her help. Mr. Justice? Yes? Don't expect me to pull any punches just because you're the opposing lawyer. As I said, the kid gloves are off. And come what may, they'll stay off. Same here, Mr. Wright. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. You guys are really chomping at the bit, aren't you?
I don't mind a good fight between co-workers. Just keep this civil case civil. Now then, if the plaintiff would take the stand, we may begin.
Is it douchebag McGee? Yep. Noble judge, members of the gallery, good day to you. I am Politician. This is but the start of my epic campaign, and you all have the honor of witnessing it. I believe the youth of this country are our very future. Too long have they been looked down on and given the cold shoulder. So to them I say, ask not what you can do for your country. Ask what you can do for me.
Mr. Atterson, what's that crazy contraption you're riding in?
Hey, your mom. How's it going? It's my custom-made election-winning campaign mobile. Beautiful, isn't it?
You're at a witness stand, not a campaign podium. So come out of there this instant.
He brought a name tag.
All right. Now with the plaintiff's attorney, Mr. Wright, please explain the complaint filed against the defendant.
Mr. Attishan's complaint against the defendant is simple. The defendant, one Dirk Sadmati, stole my client's family heirloom, the crystal of Ami Faye. Mr. Attishan merely seeks its return. This wouldn't have happened if that archaeologist hadn't kicked the bucket.
I see. Well, Mr. Justice, let's have your opening statement if you would.
The defense asserts the item in question is the Founder's Orb, a sacred relic from Kurain.
Go on.
It seems someone asked an archaeologist, Dr. Archie Buff, to study the orb. Dr. Buff determined that it was a Kurainese national treasure known as the Founder's Orb. The very orb that was stolen from a treasure room in Kurain several weeks ago.
Why, yes, I saw the news report about that. The theft of a Kurainese national treasure caused quite an uproar in the kingdom.
Well, we believe that it was not, in fact, a theft in the traditional sense, but rather that it was spirited out of Kurain by someone for Dr. Buff to study.
You don't say. And?
Around that time, an acquaintance of the defendant learned of Dr. Buff. He made contact with the doctor, who agreed to hand over the orb. Apparently, the doctor wanted nothing to do with it once he'd learned it had been stolen.
Seems you even have a transfer agreement between both parties.
Mr. Sadmayu also agreed to return the Founder's Orb to the Kingdom of Kurain, once the doctor verified it was the real thing.
I see. So this dispute centers on whether the item in question is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Ami Faye. That in turn would determine the object's rightful owner.
I better bring my A game. Going up against Mr. Wright won't be a walk in the park.
Come to think of it, the name Dirk Sadmati sounds awfully familiar. But I can't recall where I've heard it.
Oh, it's probably your imagination, Your Honor. He's just a tourist, after all.
My imagination, you say?
Are you sure about this, Apollo? He's a wanted criminal in Kurain, isn't he? In Kurain, yes. Here, he's just a tourist.
Very well. Let's begin the proceedings. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness?
I wonder if Pearl's going to be on the stand at some point. Ooh, hello, heels. Wait, who is this? Maya? No, Emma. Emma. Have we seen that Emma wears heels before? Like, it fits. It's in character for her. But I don't know if we've ever seen her, like, lower half before. Emma? Show some manners. We're in court. I know, it's just... This is a civil trial, so I was surprised to see a detective take the stand. I had her do some digging on Dr. Buff. What for? You disappoint me, Apollo. First, you know I'm not just a detective. I'm a forensic scientist. Do try to remember that. Second, you almost to write an apology. After all he's done for you, you have some nerve. First, I'm sorry. And second, I'm really just trying to do my job. You'll never get anywhere with that attitude. Take some advice from someone who's been there. Why do I feel like I'm on trial here?
Detective Sky, your testimony, if you please.
The doctor's dark secret. The police have had their eyes on Dr. Buff for some time, and just today, a number of stolen artifacts were discovered in his study. Among them were a priceless urn and a statue that were stolen from the Fae clan. It seems the doctor would do anything to study artifacts, including steal them. As for the relic at the center of this dispute, he likely stole it from the Adishon residence. The doctor is a thief? Why am I just hearing about this now? Well, cat burglary isn't something he'd put on his resume. More careful than that. But the fact is, he was a classic treasure hunter. Treasure hunter? Like people who have thrilling adventures in exotic places, risking life and limb for glory? Now Dr. Buff was the star of his own hit movie series, Athena. Out of respect for the dead, I will say that Dr. Buff wasn't doing it to get rich. Apparently, he only wanted to borrow artifacts to study them, but then return them as soon as his research was finished. According to the doctor's child, he would even repair or restore some of the artifacts he stole before returning them. He believed he was honoring the dead by discovering their history through artifacts. But whatever lofty ideas he held makes no difference. Larceny is larceny.
Yes, he certainly sounds no different from a regular thief to me.
So let's say for a moment that the doctor really did moonlight in stealing artifacts. Might he not have stolen the Founder's Orb in Korea and brought it back here himself? Nope. There's no record of him traveling overseas over the past few years. Plus, he couldn't very well leave his reclusive child at home all alone.
This really must be the Crystal Army Fae.
Yes, he stole it from the Petition residence. Probably so he could study it. This is the left hook I did not need. You never saw that coming, Apollo. Yeah, when Mr. Wright said the kid gloves were off. He wasn't kidding.
Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Does Wright get to cross-examine too? Like, when you have two attorneys like this, how does that work? Hold it! How exactly did Dr. Buff arouse the suspicion of the police anyway? Chalk it up to good old-fashioned sleuthing. After investigating countless artifact thefts for the past few years, police finally zeroed in on him, and the doctor became their prime suspect. A number of those artifact thefts occurred in Korean Village too, if I might add. And they started right around the time the doctor moved there. But he was never arrested. I take it there was nothing concrete linking him to a crime? No, which is why we were never able to get a search warrant in the first place. It's hard to arrest artifact thieves unless you catch them red-handed. Still, the police had him under constant surveillance. Well, that's good to know. How come they didn't catch him getting murdered? Hold it! Are you sure these allegedly stolen artifacts are the real deal? They're not fakes, that's for sure. Take the urn, for example. Apparently, it's an extremely intricate work of art. Its design, cracks, and other features would be impossible to replicate perfectly. Actually, I've had a few run-ins with that urn myself, so I was shocked to see it there in the doctor's study. I can say without a doubt that urn was stolen from the Fae clan. I see.
Detective Sky, please continue with your testimony if you would.
Among... Hold it! Let me press, please. Were any other stolen artifacts found besides those belonging to the Fays? Yes. For instance, remember the large relief on the wall? It was chiseled out of some ancient ruins in the Kinmo Karain several years ago. Chiseled out? Didn't that damage it? Well, he did restore the parts that were so faded you could barely see them anymore. It seems he intended to return it someday, so one could say his intentions were good. But good intentions are no get-out-of-jail-free card, that's a fact. If I might add, with respect for the deceased, the quality of the restoration was apparently exceptional. Seems the doctor invested a lot of money in hiring an extremely talented specialist. He sounds like a good man who took a wrong turn somewhere. I guess Sarge takes after him in that way. Any further questions? If not, seems the doctor would do anything to study artifacts. Had these alleged thefts been going on for some time? At least 5 years, as far as we can tell. All the recent thefts have been local, but before moving to Crane Village, he had been stealing from ruins around the world. Dr. Buff was an international criminal? This data lends us up to about one conclusion. Dr. Buff was a thief. As for Relic at the center of this dispute, he'd likely stole it from the Titian residence. Hold it! You claim you stole a family heirloom from the Titian residence. Sorry, politician. But claiming something doesn't make it true. Unfortunately, it is true. How can you be so sure? A police report was filed concerning the theft 1 year ago, in fact. Huh? A whole year ago? August 25th of last year, to be exact. The report states, and I quote, "The crystal of Ami Faye was discovered to be missing from the Titian storehouse at 10 a.m. The storehouse lock had been picked." Signed, Paul Titian Wimperson. Wimperson. Wow. Politician Wimperson. What a name. Is that his father, or is that him?
Well, your old report certainly lends the plaintiff's claim credence. The doctor really could have stolen the crystal of Ami Faye.
Not only that, Your Honor, but the Founder's Orb was only found to be missing several weeks ago. That's nearly a year after the crystal's theft was reported. Therefore, I believe we must consider the orb and the crystal to be two separate items. That's not true. Politician Wimperson? Not the most awe-inspiring tail end, is it? I see why he cut it. Not that he inspires confidence without it. Still, I'd probably do the same in his shoes. Police report was filed about the crystal's theft a year ago. The fact that, like, opening this, or rather to get it out, right, is, like, requires the Founder's Orb thing and everything else, and the Mitama motif, etc. All those other things, like, I don't know. The theft of the Founder's Orb was only reported a few weeks ago. So the crystal's police report was filed way before the orb was found missing. Yeah, but the box that had the Founder's Orb in it could have been empty for a long, long time, though. That suggests the stolen relic is the crystal of Ami Faye, as Mr. Addison Wimperson asserts. I doubt the police report's fake. After all, Emma is the one who submitted it as evidence. Still, I feel like something we learned in that police report is important somehow. Alright, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Alright. They're pointing us to the police report, though. Missing from the storehouse, the lock had been picked. Politician Wimperson. I assume it's the fact that the lock had been picked, perhaps? Has something to do with this? Couldn't read anything without his glasses. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. That's really the only thing I think of. Alright. Stolen artifacts, prices earned. Do anything. He likely stole from the optician. At 10 a.m. So there's the reading glasses, which feel kind of important. But that... that really doesn't seem like it would... Like, that's the only thing I could think of, that, like, he couldn't pick it because his eyesight's bad. But that doesn't mean that he wouldn't bring his glasses, though. Right? Also, a year ago, he wasn't even living there, right? I'm gonna try this. I don't think it will work.
Objection!
But okay, let's see what Wright says when he's on the other side. You know about the statement.
Seems fairly reasonable to me.
Oh, something's definitely not right if you listen really carefully. A gambler once sang, "You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em."
Oh, I love this one. Know when to walk away, know when to run.
I don't know which penalty hurts more. The judges are singing. There. You could do anything to study artifacts, including stealing them. I mean, we have his emails that show that it's someone else
Objection!
working with him, though. Apparently that's not enough. I just want to see Wright's reactions. Okay, didn't get him that time. Priceless urn and statue. I guess we'll consult with Athena. It's just near as that statement sounds a bit dubious. Oh, thanks. Wait, what? Really? Wait, what? Wait, which one? Wait, did she say that on everything? Huh. It's... the consulting is not helping. Unless there's, like, specifically... like, literally it doesn't matter what we present on, it's just the fact that you have to present something specific, but that wouldn't make any sense. They're highlighting present on the last one. No, huh. Okay. So I mean, they're narrowing it down for us, which is good, but also like that's the obvious part. the piece of evidence is the thing that's not really coming to mind. Why would the fact that it was 10 a.m. he picked a lock have anything to do with this? Is there anything with the transfer list? Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. P-A-W. Paul Attition Wimperson. Right?
Objection!
Yeah, okay. He didn't steal it. He was given it. The doctor stole the relic from the plaintiff. Are you sure? Because that statement doesn't agree with a certain piece of evidence. What do you mean? Take a look at this. What about it? This contains an email from the doctor's computer.
Email. That little piece of plastic? afraid I don't understand.
Oh, this stick here can store all sorts of computer data.
I still don't get it.
Here, just look at this. Apparently, the doctor was reporting his research findings to a certain individual. Now, take a look at this. It's the police report Detective Sky presented to this court. You can see the plaintiff's legal name on it. Paul Letition Wimperson.
I can see why he dropped Wimperson from his name, but that's hardly breaking news.
Look closer, Your Honor. It's initials. Right. The plaintiff's full legal name is Paul Letition Wimperson. Now, consider this. The email's recipient address starts with 3 letters. P-A-W? Ugh! Don't tell me. Oh, but I will anyway. The individual who hired the doctor to study the disputed item is none other than Paul Letition Wimperson. Wait, then that means... Exactly. He wouldn't have asked the man who stole his family heirloom to study it. Therefore, how could this possibly be the crystal of Ami Faye? We never checked the doctor's emails. Couldn't figure out the password to his computer. The plaintiff willingly left the orb in the doctor's care so he could study it, at the behest of his benefactor. Wait, then what about the police report? I have all the details of the theft right here. It's probably for another relic, the real crystal of Ami Faye. He's just using the report as a way to claim that our orb is actually a stolen crystal.
Objection!
And how are you so certain that P-A-W refers to my client's initials? Maybe the email's recipient was a dog lover. Perhaps. So let's get to know your client a little bit better, shall we? Mr. Paul Letition Wimperson? Okay, so shutting down distractors is all part of a politician's job. Answer me this, Mr. Letition Wimperson. What is your shoe size? Your shoe size, your favorite food, your birthday. That's funny. Okay. I think it's probably the birthday, right? Because that tends to be what people do. But sure, what's your shoe size? How should I know? Wait, you don't know your own shoe size? I have all my shoes handcrafted in Italy. And the shoemaker comes to my residence to take the necessary measurements. I have better things to do than memorize trivial information like that. I guess I wish I'd memorized the Italian word for entitled jerk.
Maybe this will help you memorize what happens to those who waste the court's time.
I'm gonna put my foot in it this time. Paula, no matter what his shoe size is, there wouldn't be enough digits. We're looking for a 3-digit number. Oh, right. Let's see. Answer me this. Okay, let's get the other silly one first. What's his favorite food? Curry rice. It's an old family favorite. Really? As in, boil up some rice and dump some curry sauce on top? That curry rice? Bet you assumed I would say French cuisine. Just because I'm a member of the political elite. But nothing beats the delectable curry recipe my ancestors brought over from Japan. And I'm the kind of representative who upholds the values of such traditions. The entire strategy is really just to pander to traditional value voters?
The penalty is served, Mr. Justice. Let's be some food for thought.
Apollo, why don't we take another look at that email address? No, it's fine. I'm fine. I just need another crack at this. That's pretty good. Okay. Now that we've gotten our penalties out of the way to find out what the funny dialogue was, let's say the right thing. Also, welcome in, Dav. Congrats on your 7 stream streak. Birthday. Alright. What is your birthday? What is your favorite color? My birthday? It's July 11th. But what's it to you? Oh, I see. You can address birthday gifts to my office. But full disclosure, I only accept gifts valued at $1,000 or more. Why has everyone gone silent? How can anyone be that self-centered? Right, politician. Did everyone hear that? He said July 11th. July 11th, or rather 711, matches the numbers in the email address. Both the name and birthday are a match. I hardly think that's a coincidence. Wait, why you sneaky little... Looks like someone finally decided to join the conversation. Would the plaintiff care to explain? I would like to say that is quite what? Quite thing you said. Any other thoughts? No further comments. I stand by my previous statement. He just leaves. You can't just walk away. Even politicians have to explain themselves in a court of law. I'm afraid I simply don't know how it happened. I can't possibly explain matters outside of my own purview. Perhaps it was a mistake on the part of my secretary? Oh, no, you don't, you slippery eel. Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? I won't argue your assertion. My client lent the treasure in question to the doctor and asked him to study it. Seems that much is a fact. Now we're getting somewhere. However, it has no bearing on the issue of ownership. How so? Mr. Attition, I fully understand your position here. You had to hide the fact that you sent the crystal out to be studied. Your family would have been very upset if they had found out. It's a family heirloom, after all. You've got to be kidding me. Mr. Wright is, well, right, of course. But then he always has. That's why he's my lawyer. The crystal is a precious Attition family heirloom. Has been for centuries. But Dr. Buff was so eager to study his proud heritage, I just couldn't say no. I didn't even tell my grandfather. Objection! But in order to win the backing of your so-called benefactor, you were going to give what you claim to be the crystal of Omni-Fey to that person? You're going to give a precious family heirloom away? Just like that? I was going to explain everything to grandfather later. Honest. My client's grandfather is very proud of his grandson for following his footsteps. And if refusing him would have meant dashing the dreams of his darling grandson, I doubt the kindly old man could have said no.
Well, grandchildren are meant to be spoiled. That's what grandfathers are for.
Your Honor, please. It's been the family for centuries. My grandfather thinks highly of my talents as a politician. That's why he entrusts me with this very important name placard today. Oh. So I'm sure you would have been okay with me using the crystal as I saw fit. Grandpa's spoiled little brat. I think the judge is buying it, Apollo. No surprise there. He's always going on about his own grandchild after all. Excuse me, can I leave now, Mr. Wright? I believe my work here is done. By all means, Detective Sky. Thank you for your assistance. You're welcome. It's nice to testify at a civil trial once in a while. See you around.
Seems the facts have changed somewhat. Mr. Attition Wimperson apparently lent his family heirloom to Dr. Buff. Mr. Justice, how would the defense like to proceed?
Oh, right. Now what? Apollo, let's hear what they know about this so-called crystal of Omni-Fey. Maybe we can find some inconsistencies in their statements. Right. Okay then, Mr. Wright. If the item in question really is an Attition family heirloom, then let's hear all your client knows about it. Of course. Mr. Attition Wimperson, please, tell the defense everything you know about the crystal's origin. All right. Now then, listen and learn. This is the tale of the crystal of Omni-Fey and the illustrious history of the Attition clan. You ready? Our story begins back in the old country, when the Attition family reigned supreme. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. Protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Ami Faye gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him. I am a descendant of that great lord. As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history. And that devolved into a great load of self-aggrandizing propaganda fast. As you can see, the crystal of Ami Faye is an heirloom of the esteemed House of Attition. You have proof that it has always been in the Attition family? I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. My client's neighbor, one Ives Shinetto. Is it Ives Shinetto? Or Ives? Or Eves? Eves Shinetto? Ives Shinetto? Ives Shinetto? Ives Shinetto? Age 85, gave the following statement. The Attition showed me the crystal back when I was about 11.
Objection!
Can we really trust the memory of an old man? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain that statement to the judge? I didn't mean... What I'm trying to say is,
Never underestimate the memory of your elders. I may forget my verdicts the next day, but the memories of my past are clear as day.
Thank you, Judge.
Therefore, I find Mr. Ives Shinetto's statement to be perfectly credible.
How, do you see how Mr. Wright got the judge on his side? That's definitely a trick I want up my sleeve. You're not helping, Athena.
You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Justice.
I wonder if we're going to somehow show that he's adopted or something crazy like that. All right.
Hold it!
That object you set down there, is it something of importance to you? It's a name placard. This one here belonged to my grandfather, Abraham Attition. He had it custom made during his distinguished political career. It's special because it was crafted from the finest Italian plastic. It was one where the Italians were famous for their fine plastic. You can touch it if you want. No, I'm fine. Very well. I'll just continue with my testimony. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler, but he was also an eminent politician. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the world. So I take it the relationship with the fake Knight was a close one. A smooth and open line of communication with my entire electorate. That is the politician way. Sorry. I was asking about your ancestor. Whether it's about me or my ancestor, feel free to ask me anything you'd like. Transparency in government, that's the politician way. More like dodging questions, that's the politician way. Thanks. I'll be sure to ask when I have something you'll actually answer. As I was saying, the Attition family protected the Fae spirit mediums back then.
Hold it!
I would assume the Attition family is in the latter half. Spirit mediums were targets of discrimination? Yes, some people even treated them like they were monsters. The transformations the mediums underwent when channeling spirits frightened the locals. And then there were those who tried to use them. You mean they sought to control the channeling powers of the mediums? Discriminating against a minority is absolutely despicable. A vote for me is a vote to end discrimination. I vow to root it out wherever it may be. That is my promise to you. He's totally ignoring your questions. It's like you're a moderator at a political debate. Spirit of Justice has some good commentary. Yeah, and only he cares about his talking points. As thrilling as your campaign is, could we please get back to your testimony? As you wish. And then as for the crystal of Ami Faye. As thanks. Ami Faye gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift, and why am I getting a penalty thing?
Hold it!
Oops. You said she had it made. Something was made in Japan? That's right. They say she hired a famous craftsman to make it. They say it's quite valuable, too. And you're going to take such a priceless family heirloom and just give it to your patron? That's a typical you ignorant common types. Making difficult decisions when the chips are down is what being a politician is all about. But only what's in service of your own political career, you mean. The crystal is a testament to my ancestors' remarkable achievement. And furthermore, I am a descendant of that great lord. So tell me, Mr. Addition Whipperson, are you famous in Korean Village? You could say that, but I find my popularity to be rather bemusing. Bemusing. Yes, my campaign posters keep going missing as soon as I put them up. My avid supporters and female fans are likely taking them home to hang in their bedrooms. I guess ignorance really is bliss. All this only proves my fine lineage. So he's like a half adoption or something, right? That's where the person comes from.
Hold it!
I'm sorry. Was any of that relevant to the issue of the relic's rightful owner? I've never heard of kingcraft. Kingcraft? It's the art of ruling as a king. My father drilled into my head from a young age. And one of its precepts states, ruin awaits a ruler who responds to every single issue posed by the masses. Well, I answered my question about what he meant by king of this nation. Progress. Apollo, who is this Ami Faye anyway? I believe she was the founder of the Crane channeling technique. The plaintiff claimed she had the crystal made for his ancestor. That would mean it was made in Japan, right? Yeah, I suppose it would. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see? Okay, right. So the pressing honestly didn't help. Deciphered the patterns, but I've yet to crack the riddle. The opaque crystal orb is the key. Riddle. I mean, is it really going to be the email? Crystals made in Japan. So I mean, obviously, it's this one then, right? If we're trying to prove like that it's not made in Japan. The Song of Ceremony, the box contained the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
No. I was thinking like maybe we show this and like link it to something. But no. Oh. Yeah, we saw this already.
Objection!
Oh, it is the research notes. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So that makes sense. My thought presenting the orb was like we'd show some connection between it and like the reliefs and those things that are in the notes. So I guess going the other way makes sense too.
Objection!
You stated that Ami Faye had the crystal made for your ancestor. So, am I to assume it was made in Japan? That's right. The craftsmanship is unbeatable. Well, that's strange. I don't see how your so-called crystal could have been made there. What are you talking about? It's quite obvious if you take a closer look at this. See, I was right. It is the motif things.
Take that!
The motifs. Take a look at the distinctive design here. According to Dr. Buff, it's a Mitama motif dating back to the early days of the Kingdom of Karain.
The Kingdom of Karain? You base this on...
Here, this piece of evidence, Your Honor. These are the Doctor's research notes on the Founder's Orb. This is the box in which the orb was originally stored. It features the same pattern as the one found on the orb.
They do look like the same pattern.
Therefore, I assert that the disputed item must have been made in the Kingdom of Karain. The record.
Objection!
The Karain channeling technique originated in the Kingdom of Karain, and Ami Faye is known to have traveled there to train. With that in mind, what's to say she didn't bring that pattern back with her?
Objection!
But since this is clearly a Kuranese design, not even you can deny the possibility that it was made there in the Kingdom of Karain.
Objection!
Anything is possible to some extent. That doesn't make it true. So you can't conclude that the orb is from Karain based solely on that pattern. If it were that simple, I could just as easily say it's Japanese.
To agree with Mr. Wright, pattern alone proves nothing. It also means there's no basis to claim the item dispute was made in Japan either. At this rate, we're going nowhere fast.
He's right. Spinning our wheels here. I wonder if we have any evidence that could break the stalemate. Evidence that could break the stalemate. I assume it exists. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. The defense would like to present a piece of evidence to the court. The piece, though, will finally break this stalemate. Oh. Well, you sure piqued my interest. Let's see what you got. Alright. I'll now prove that this is, in fact, the Founder's Orb. Oh, geez. Maybe we weren't supposed to do this. I mean, the email, maybe? Email or the orb.
Take that!
Email again. No, that's not right. Just how's that piece of evidence prove that the relic is the Founder's Orb? It doesn't, does it? Not by any means I can fathom. Sorry, Paulo. I have to agree with the possible things.
Me too, actually. Give me 3 defense. Gonna think that one over again, Mr. Justice.
Yes, sure. Oh, okay, they bring you all the way back here. Doesn't seem to be anything we can use, at least not at this point. Well, unless we can find something, this trial won't be going anywhere. Okay, hold on. It looks a lot like we're just supposed to say it doesn't exist then. Because, I mean, we really don't have anything. Like, if the Eno doesn't work, then I assume presenting the orb doesn't work either. You know, I think like trying to tie the riddle in the orb together in the email. Much better. What's his deal? I have a suggestion. Why don't we consider this from a different angle? I'm listening. What if the Defiant Dragons really were authorized to take possession of the relic?
Afraid I don't know where you're going with this, Mr. Wright.
Consider the orb transfer agreement, which states, I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if it will come to no harm. If I will come to no harm. What if, as the last part suggests, this was written under duress? That would render the agreement null and void. What are you suggesting, Mr. Wright? While you were on your little cave expedition, I was investigating Dr. Buff's accident. And there was something you overlooked, Mr. Justice. Namely, that his accident might have actually been murder. What? Murder?
Mr. Wright, you do realize such statements are not to be made lightly. You're suggesting the doctor was murdered by the Defiant Dragons?
Yes, but follow me on this for a sec. The books that came tumbling down were from the archaeology cell. However, among that mountain of books was a single volume on psychology. What's more, there was some blood on it. And you feel this is important because? The books that came tumbling down were from the top shelf, the archaeology books. We know this because the doctor's books were meticulously organized by subject. Archaeology took up the entire shelf, so that psychology book is completely out of place. Come to think of it, the shelves were arranged quite carefully. It's also worth noting that psychology books only take up a tiny part of the bottom shelf. You might wonder why a book on psychology was found amid the pile of archaeology books, but I believe I can explain what that single out-of-place book was doing there. The doctor was struck from behind while selecting a psychology book from the shelf. And that's when the blood got on the book? Precisely. And to make it look like an accident, he was buried under a mountain of archaeology.
Objection!
Wait a second. This is all just speculation, right? Or do you have proof that it was murder? Of course I do. You do? On a hunch, I had Detective Sky examine the doctor's head wound. She found that he'd been struck by the corner of some object or another. Wait, what? A wound like that couldn't have resulted from a fall to the floor, you know? Do you understand what this means, Mr. Justice? The wound makes it crystal clear that Dr. Buff was murdered. That was unexpected. Who'd have thought we'd break out of the stalemate like this? Pull the ladder right out from under us. Still, if he thinks that's enough to make me back down, he's got another thing coming. Even if the cause of death was murder, what makes you think it was the Defiant Dragons? You should know better than to hurl baseless accusations.
Objection!
Did you forget who you were up against, Mr. Justice? You didn't actually think I'd come to court without witnesses and evidence, did you? What are you talking about? I'd like to request further testimony from the plaintiff. Specifically, I would like the court to hear how he saw one of the rebels leaving the crime scene. So what? Yeah, because Dad was hanging out in his doghouse. If he can prove it was murder, that's the end of our client's right to the orb. Did he have this up his sleeve the whole time? How can Mr. Wright do this to us? Just waiting to spring this trap.
This trial has taken another unexpected turn. But I must mention, Mr. Wright, that you have yet to identify the murder weapon.
The object used to commit the murder was not located at the scene of the crime. The murderer likely disposed of it elsewhere. What is that? Wait a minute. Wait. Did we just get an updated autopsy report? Is that what just happened? And was it once again Mr. Wright getting this? Wow. It just makes me happy when we get to use that. And we so very rarely do. Oh, sorry, I think I didn't read that.
Well, I never thought we'd be deliberating the issue of murder at a civil trial. All right, Mr. Edison Wimperson. Your testimony, if you please.
Prepare to be dazzled. Dazzled by the charismatic oration forged in the crucible of campaign battles. That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought. I passed by the doctor's house, and that's when I saw Mr. Arbal. He was running out the front door. It was around 10 at night. Surely that must have been him fleeing the scene of his crime. A vote for me is a vote to end such violence. That is my promise to you.
So the plaintiff saw a possible suspect fleeing from the doctor's residence within the window of the estimated time of death.
That's Rebel. What in the world were you doing there then? It seems Mr. Arbal was loitering around Corain Village that day. There's evidence he was in the doctor's study as well. Isn't that right, Mr. Justice? You mean the suitcase? Exactly. He must have been in quite the rush to leave that behind. Well, and by the way, Your Honor, Mr. Rebel just so happens to be sitting in the gallery today. See, that's him trying to escape as we speak.
Bailiff, don't let that man get away.
Like, back severed. Why are you doing this to me?
All right, the counsel/defense may question the plaintiff/witness once more. Please proceed, Mr. Justice.
The Rebel's crime. All right.
Hold it!
Why are you taking a walk? Society is inundated with serious problems that must be solved, and as a politician, I'm always on the job, thinking hard about possible solutions, even on my walks. Thanks for the non-answer. While we live out our comfy lives, there are starving children who suffer in the back alleys of our major cities. It's not in me to ignore such suffering. A vote for me. It's a vote to end hunger and for world peace. Yes, Mr. Edition Wimperson, we are well aware of your outstanding character. Please continue your testimony. You can practically hear my poll numbers surging. Oh, my speech. After all, the voting public must be informed of the magnificence that is me.
Hold it!
I mean, Pearl was painting, so there's that, right? Where exactly were you when you saw Mr. Rebel? Right here, under this tree. I saw him dashing out of Dr. Buff's front door. And he didn't notice you? No, I was hidden by the tree.
Is it really all that important to know from where the plaintiff saw Mr. Rebel?
I don't know. Probably. Let's think here. Oh, he'd be able to see in. I don't know if it is. I'll say it is for now, I guess. I believe it matters a lot. Ask that it please be added to the witness testimony. Under this tree when I saw Mr. Rebel.
Hold it!
What were you doing under that tree? A lack of lateral thinking. That is a politician's downfall. What? That is why, if I'm elected, I promise to think outside the box. The question was, what were you doing under the tree, Mr. Addison Whipperson? I suppose I can't expect a plebeian such as yourself to understand my grand design. Yeah? Try me, O Lord of Plebes. Mr. Addison Whipperson, I believe the court is well aware of your grand political vision. Now, let's have the rest of your testimony, if you please. I can hardly wait for the upcoming election.
Hold it!
Did you notice anything unusual? Yes, his behavior was incredibly suspicious. His eyes were darting all around as he ran off in total panic. As soon as I saw that, I knew he had done something, and it probably wasn't good. Despite that, you still didn't report it to the police? Who would have thought he had killed Dr. Buff? Not me. That's why I didn't report him.
The witness didn't notify the police. Is that an important statement, Mr. Justice?
Yes. Yes, it's important. Request that the witness added to his testimony. Sure, why not? Okay, well, this in combination with where he was standing kind of makes it work, right? In the sense that he should be able to see he would be able to see through the window.
Hold it!
Let's keep pressing on each leg until we get all the evidence. You had no idea he was dead. In other words, you knew nothing about what had happened? I am truly ashamed of myself. What? There's been a gruesome murder in my beloved village. What a fool I've been. I was thinking only of the village's future and world peace. This is my earnest attitude and industrious nature have come back to haunt me. Only a politician would try to pass off self-aggrandization into self-deprecation. Paul, you think this is how all politicians will be from now on? We're all doomed if they are. If you don't mind, I'd like to continue with my testimony. Where's the autopsy report? 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. This doesn't make sense, though. Right? So, like, Pearl saw him. She saw him go out, like, in his raincoat and come back and whatnot. Was that all? I thought that was later than 10 p.m.
Hold it!
But at the time you didn't know the doctor was dead. Is that correct? It's true that I've been known as a prodigy from a very young age. Huh? I graduated high school and college with exceptional grades as class president. I reformed stale old school traditions. My exploits were even covered in local papers. But as exceptional as I am, I can't possibly be expected to know everything at all times. Bending the questions to serve his own needs. Hang in there, Apollo. Mr. Attition Limperson, I believe the court is well aware of your exceptional nature. Now, would you please continue with your testimony? The upcoming election in the bag.
Hold it!
So, how do you actually intend to end such violence? Elite politicians such as myself never reveal their strategies. Do you really think I would divulge such sensitive information to the likes of you? Yeah, but surely you have some sort of campaign platform you're running on. No comment. Clearly, his is a platform told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. He said he saw Dats murder the tree. If that's true, then did he figure something out? Yeah, I think he's hiding something. Let's take another look at the evidence, Athena. Okay, I feel like you could probably go with either, right? Like either present probably like the window with the dead body on the other one, or probably the plan on this.
Objection!
Yep, got it. Mr. Attition Wimperson, rather than Mr. a rebel, wasn't there something else that should have had your undivided attention? Like what? Oh, yes, of course. A politician must also keep his finger on the electorate's pulse and focus on the nation's... Sorry, but you're way off. I am.
Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice?
If the witness saw Mr. Rebel from his position here, then he should have also been able to see the doctor's body. After all, it was right next to a huge window.
Why, I believe you have a point there.
With the body that clearly visible to the witness, it's unthinkable that he wouldn't have reported it to the police.
The witness can't respond.
He's asleep. Did he fall asleep?
Mr. Politician Wimperson. Mr. Titian Wimperson.
There are many sides to any issue. We're too good to serve this. In any case, I'd like the court to acknowledge the inconsistency in the witness' testimony. Mr. Titian Wimperson, did you really see Mr. Rebel? Yes.
Hold it!
Where do you think you're going? Well, I thought I'd return to my seat, seeing as I'd already answered the question. This isn't some small town hall debate. Just stay right there until they say we're through. I'll have to run that by my campaign manager.
Objection!
Glare. Gulp. Mr. Titian Wimperson, I think it's time for you to come clean. Huh? So then, does this mean he didn't see Mr. Rebel? As your lawyer, Mr. Titian Wimperson, I advise you divulge that matter we discussed. Silence is no longer an option. You sure about this? In the midst of running for office, I can't afford to let any strange rumors get out. Don't worry, you won't suffer any blowback for what you're about to reveal.
Blowback. Not sure I like the sound of that, Mr. Wright.
Not to worry, Your Honor. Nothing untoward will come of this. I promise. Now then, Mr. Justice. Remember how it was an anonymous caller that reported the doctor's death? Come to think of it. Emma, who was the first one to discover the body? About that. Whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. What? Happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police. Wait, you're not saying that... Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The anonymous source who contacted the police after discovering the body was my client, Mr. Politician Wimperson. Well, you don't say. So you see, he played his part as a concerned citizen quite admirably, if I say so. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. In our society today, there are too many who choose indifference over righteous action. But I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as a concerned citizen. One might call me the model citizen, one worthy of standing above the rest. What a real standard bearer he is. Reporting it anonymously. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Justice, wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when my client discovered the body? Oh, you mean Mr. Rebel? He would have been leaving the doctor's house right around then. Wait, that means... Yes, it does. In short, what my client witnessed was Mr. Rebel's fleeing the scene of a heinous murder. And that's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Rebel looked exceedingly suspicious, and that's putting it mildly. We already know that Defiant Dragons threatened the doctor with bodily harm. And now that they've killed him, the so-called orb transfer agreement is null and void. Paulo, if we don't come up with some sort of counter-argument... And what sort of evidence do you have? Can you actually prove that it was Mr. Rebel who killed the doctor? And move a desperate written word. Oh my god. I'm going with it. Evidence. suppose it's true that I don't have any. I knew it. But I do have another witness. Do you? You should know I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice. And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Rebel's guilt. New witness? I wonder who it could be.
Very well. Bailiff, please summon our new witness. In the meantime, the court will take a brief recess. I'd like both sides to use this time to prepare properly. Understood?
Is it Pearl? Wow. I knew Mr. Wright would put up a tough fight, but... yeah, just when I thought we had him, he turned the tables on us. He really is the turnabout terror. Can't let him blindside us again. Looks like they got me again! 3 times in 1 year! That's a new record! Dats, please. No more new records. Or bad puns while you're at it. It's hard enough trying to help you as it is. Roger that. I'll be more careful next time.
That is what Mr. Wright said true. Did you really pay a visit to Dr. Buff that night?
Sure did. Can't remember the exact time, though. All I know is he wouldn't hand over the orb. Someone put in his head that we rebels were dangerous. That's why he threw me out. So the doctor was still alive when Dutz last saw him. We'll still have to prove it, though.
Better brace yourself, son. The next witness' testimony could make or break this case.
Yeah, I know. Hey, where's Trucy? She went to go see her dad. Maybe she's still mad. I'm like worried. Worried that this trial will create a rift between you two. And you might then leave the agency. She has an active imagination.
Excuse me, the trial will be resuming shortly.
Well, let's go see what new testimony awaits us.
Right, court is back in session. Mr. Wright, you said you had a witness.
Your Honor, I would like to call the lone survivor of the doctor's murder to the stand. Oh, he got the kid out. Oh no, he probably got the drone out. Can't mean that Sarge is here. You mean Dr. Buff's reclusive son? How did you get him to cooperate? Nothing a little persuasion couldn't handle. The poor child only agreed to help if it meant catching the killer. Not to overcome his fear, but that's impressive. This seems to be really important testimony for the kid to come out in public like this.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Call your witness to the stand.
It's gonna be the drone. Yep.
Oh, my.
Sergeant Buff at your service, sir! Here's the drone? Really?
Mr. Wright, what exactly is the meaning of this?
Past trauma has rendered it impossible for the witness to venture into public. Leaving home was hard enough, and it seems leaving the witness lobby was just too much. But I would still like to continue with testimony delivered via this drone.
I understand it must be terrible to lose one's father like that. But testimony via a remote-controlled toy? Well, let's take things for a spin and see how it goes.
That's who's piloting this trial anyway. The judge sure warmed up to the idea fast. I think the phrase you're looking for is gave up. You disappoint me, Corporal Justice, to think I once called you a comrade. Defending the man who killed Papa. That's full-on treason, soldier. I hereby demote you back to private. Corporal? What's he talking about, Apollo? It's a long story.
Now then, are you ready to testify, youngster?
Locked in, loaded, sir. Ready to rain lead down upon the perpetrator. What happened that evening? Papa met with someone the night he died. I didn't have eyes on the ground as I've already mounted my siege defense, but I did hear him arguing with someone in his study. From my window, I saw the one designated Dats getting ejected from the premise. After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time. Must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it.
So he was thrown out, but later returned to commit the murder, did he?
Yes, Your Honor. The man my client saw really must have been the fleeing Mr. Rebel. Objection! Right, you backstabbing no good. I didn't kill no one. It's the enemy. Ready all missiles. Fire! Whoa, 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 whoa. Got this big. I'll turn you into pork stroganoff. And that's just a taste of my ultimate anti-swine weapon. Oh, fires missiles too.
Yes, well, the witness is all yours, Mr. Justice.
Like he's just like, I'm done. I'm not touching that. Just continue. I think the judge really did give up.
Hold it!
Your father met with someone? Could you be more specific? No. I was in the midst of a crucial defensive siege operation. Right. You're referring to how you don't leave your room, correct? You never know when the enemy might be lurking outside the siege perimeter. What about, school? I don't go to boot camp. I'm a soldier. Sergeant doesn't associate with rookies still too green to fight. Like this, I bet Dr. Buff won't be getting less in the afterlife either.
Very brave of you to come to the courthouse today. What was that you said about a siege defense?
Oh, that, well...
Hold it!
Sarge, I've always wondered. Who or what are you battling? That's classified. Even so, it may be relevant to this
Objection!
I don't know if you're the right person to be asking about things like that. That's right. Such matters need to be handled with a certain delicacy. Oh. I guess curiosity gets better. You're all talking, no action, soldier! Out on the battlefield, that ain't the number of pretty words in your repertoire, but the number of bullets in your gun belt that counts. For you to say, all of them.
Lewis, please tell this court what he's heard. What he's heard today.
I did hear him argue.
Hold it!
What was the argument about? I heard things like, where's the orb? And are you defiant dragons really criminals? Sounded real volatile. Like a war might break out any second. So the two of them had an argument when Dats came to get the orb. Did you see or hear anything else? Yeah. I heard them arguing and then silence.
Hold it!
How was Mr. Rebel acting? Like a conquered trooper retreating with his tail between his legs? A trooper? Well, I guess he does dress like he's in the military. I bet those two would have really hit off if they met under different circumstances. Yeah, I can see that. So the defeated soldier was expelled. Well, that wasn't the end. That the man lingered around the perimeter for some time.
Hold it!
It does seem suspicious. He kept hiding behind trees and telephone poles and stealing glances at our house. Well, he couldn't exactly leave without the orb. But he was angry that he'd been kicked out. Just a regroup and kill my papa and study later.
Hold it!
How would he get inside, though? But don't you keep your front door unlocked? If so, then anyone could have gotten in. That's true. Papa didn't keep our house locked up. He said there was no need because there was only good people in Crane Village. He ended up dead anyway. Only a monster could do what they did to my kind, trusting Papa. There will be no mercy. I vow swift and terrible vengeance.
Carpet bomb the killer with everything in my arsenal. Fire! Well, I sympathize with you, witness. You will refrain from firing Gatling guns in this court.
So Sarge saw Dats too. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse. Wonder why he hung around after being thrown out. I hate to say this, but if Dats is proven to be the killer, at least the orb of the plaintiff. So the only option is to prove the Defiant Dragons had nothing to do with the murder. I mean, politician also lingered around the perimeter. Just saying. Do we have anything that would, like, tell us that he couldn't have been doing that? Well, what time did he hear this, though? I don't really... He never saw him, but he did see Dats later, I guess. So what the fuck is going on? Sorry, like for the past like 15 or so minutes, there's just been like super loud, obnoxious noises, like kind of sounding like fireworks almost, and like my neighbor's dog has been going crazy, and I just don't know what the heck is going on. Like, my first thought is that it's like one of those, like a truck going around and like cleaning snow up or something. But I don't know, it's bizarre. I guess could he show us where?
Objection!
No? Okay. Yeah. It doesn't. How would we prove that the Defiant Dragons have nothing to do with it? Okay.
Objection!
I'm trying to think of like how do we show that like the Defiant Dragons have an agreement with the Doctor, you know? I want to know if Athena's consultation is useful at all. Does that statement sound a bit dubious? Is it the DATS one? They have eyes on the ground. They couldn't have eyes on the ground. I guess we could present the drone. Because you should be able to see everything.
Objection!
Yeah, there's that. Okay. Sarge, are you hiding something from me?
How dare you question your superior officer like that? You want to get in on this struggle of action with Pig Boy over there, soldier?
Sorry, but I'm afraid lawyers are missile proof. What?
Would the defense care to explain?
It's simple, Your Honor. Just as he's able to see what's happening in the court right now, Sarge was able to see what was happening in the study then. With his cherished drone, of course.
Oh, now that you mention it.
And to think, the answer was right before our eyes this whole time. Sarge, you were perfectly capable of patrolling the study that night, so you must have seen something. Yeah. What was this strange new weapon you're using against me now? Courtroom warriors don't use guns and missiles because evidence is our weapon of choice. And the evidence has exposed your bold-faced lie. My truth bomb, Sarge, has stripped your defenses bare. Truth bomb? No! Mayday, I'm going down.
Why, are you alright? Evidence. Never have I seen such fearsome ordnance.
Tell it to us straight, Sarge. After all, you want to help your father, don't you? Yeah. You want to find out who killed him, don't you? So please, tell us what you saw that night. It's not what you think. I didn't see anything. I swear. You sure? You seem awfully stressed for someone who didn't see anything. Sarge, you need to answer my question.
Shut your pie hole, maggot! I'll be scorching day in Siberia before a lowly private like you orders me around.
Push them in Siberia of all places. But if a scorching day is what it'll take, then maybe it's time to turn up the heat. Hey, Athena, you think a therapy session might help? Well, it could help alleviate some of his anxiety. Plus, I'm picking up a lot of discord in Sarge's voice. That usually means the patient wants to say something but can't for some reason. And in Sarge's case, I imagine whatever's plaguing him is pretty severe. In that case, I'll leave it to you and your mood matrix magic. You got it. Your Honor, I believe I can be of help here.
Time for a therapy session, isn't it, Miss Sykes?
Yes, it'll help the witness with his anxiety. You don't have to testify.
By all means, please bring the poor child out into the light of day. I assume this will be all right with you, Mr. Wright.
Why not? It's not like we all haven't been through this before. What are you butting in for, lady? There ain't a place on this battlefield for you. I beg to differ, Sarge. This G.I. Jane's always ready for a fight in the courtroom. And wait until you see what I've got in my arsenal. Analytical psychology. And then I'm gonna blow a big old hole in the armor you built around your heart. First evidence. Analytical psychology? Where are these WMDs coming from? The battle you want, bring it on! You may have started this war, but I'm gonna end it. Corpsewoman Sykes. You got it, Sarge. Time to seek out the agony buried deep in your heart. Oh yeah. Let's jump into some PTSD. I swear, if somehow the person who killed his father also did the arson, that would be something. Stayed in my room by drone that evening. Sad. Heard Dats and Papa arguing with each other. Surprised and sad. gas got kicked out, but I saw him still hanging around outside. Ooh, why is he sad here? I was in my room, so I didn't know Papa was dead until the next day.
Got it!
Why are you sad? His emotion isn't that out of place, given the statement. Oh, are you just looking at his emotions as they relate to only a single statement? It's really important to look for emotional fluctuation between different statements, too. Right. Okay, wait, why would you be super sad if you didn't know? Really? No? I mean, this seems normal. Wait, really? It's the surprise? Strange. You acted shocked when you discovered your father's body. You weren't nearly as shocked then as when you saw Mr. Rebel. Normally you'd expect the death of one's father to be much more impactful. Enemy fire! Direct hit! That is strange. I wonder what it could mean. Well, we know he wasn't as affected by his father's death as he should have been. I think I know why. Oh. Sarge, you weren't as shocked at seeing your father's body as seeing Mr. Rebel because you'd already seen his body? Sarge, maybe the truth is you left your room that night. And that's when you saw it. Your father's body. I saw no such thing. Really? You didn't see his body. Alright then. What did you see? Look, Apollo. Lost some noise. So just as I suspected, he really did see something. Sarge, please, tell us what you saw. The moment I saw it, I couldn't bear it. Couldn't stand to lose yet another loved one. Huh? Am I missing something here? Is that why you weren't very shocked when you found out your father was dead? Because you had already sensed that he was a goner somehow? Maybe. Please, Sarge. What was it you saw on the night of your father's murder? I saw... What's happening? I don't like where this is going. Yeah! No more! More, please! Wait, did he just steal Widget? I've confiscated your little toy. Battlefield is no place for unauthorized equipment. Widget! Apollo, I can't continue the session without it. You can't just steal shit, dude.
I order you to submit to your therapy session. What in the blazes?
Did you just steal the gavel?
Me, I'm judge, jury, and executioner now. Hereby convene a military tribunal.
All the time. Gone way too far.
Bailiff, arrest that drone this instant.
Stop resisting.
Farley, ow.
Fire! Which back right. Whoa! You want to give us something that isn't a white screen? Thanks. I wonder if they ran out of time or budget to try to get that.
Witness is truly a handful.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Miss Sykes, what's the witness's current psychological state? Let's see. He's emotionally all over the map. So his out of control emotions are in control of him. Does that mean we can calm him down if we can figure out the root cause? Yes. Let's see what we can find. Sarge, can you hear me? Is that you, Corpse Orbin Sykes? I'm here. And I want you to take a few deep breaths. Just try to relax. Try it with me. In, out. In, out. And now, let your emotions take you where they will. Go on, just let it all out. Whoa! Forces attack! That's the least relaxing breathing exercise I've ever seen. This again. Okay, here we go. So I left my room, but suddenly I got dizzy and passed out. I remember a flame lighting up the room, and Papa grinning with delight. That's when he must have been killed, when I had been passed out. Now that is something. She has 2 out-of-control emotions, though. And all we have to do is find out what's causing her to run wild like this? Yes, what other causes should appear somewhere in the mood matrix? Let me know if you think you found it. Easier said than done. I mean, I see with the fire, right?
Got it!
That's it. Sarge, you were overcome with shock and fear when you saw those flames, weren't you? Was I? Yes. Just 6 months ago, you and your mother were caught up in an arson blaze, so it's no wonder you'd be extremely scared of fire. Yeah, that does make sense. And maybe, just maybe, your subconscious fear of fire is what caused you to withdraw away from the world. What do you mean, Corpseman Sykes? In the outside world, you're bound to come across all sorts of fire. Candles, cigarettes, heck, even the grill at a diner. Or the sun. Even if it's not that often, just the idea that you might see them. You're bigger and bigger until you couldn't shut it out. I think you might be onto something. Candles, cigarettes, think about them since chill down my spine. Wow, the things I take for granted. Now I see I was afraid of the fire. Strange I didn't even realize it myself. About that fire, Sarge, can you tell me what it was burning? Just stay calm and maybe something will come to you. Oh, starting to remember. It was that relic. That relic Papa was studying. It was on fire. The orb was on fire? Still kind of fuzzy. Yes, the orb was burning right in front of Papa. And there, in the flames, was Mama? Yes, now I remember. I saw Mama up here amid the dancing flames. Wait, what? Does the orb let anyone channel? Is that what that thing does or something? What's going on here? Maybe it's a memory from the fire that killed his mother. You might be confusing it with what really happened when his father died. So we got some more therapy. Yep. But this time, it seems there's an inconsistency in the statements, which would approve with the evidence at hand. Are we gonna be like, hey, your mom's dead? To proving that the relic really is the Founder's Orb. After more fighting, got worried about Papa. He left his room, but he got dizzy, passed out. There was a flame light in the room. Papa grinned with delight. The relic was on fire and I saw Mama's face inside. Looks like Papa must have been killed. He hadn't been passed out. I mean, is it actually like the Holy Mother or something? Crack the riddle. Being struck on the head with the corner of an object. I mean, he couldn't have had the riddle, though. I mean, the relic, right? Because he hid it in some ruins before his death.
Objection!
Okay, good. I'm glad. Don't blame yourself, Sarge. After all, even if you hadn't passed out, the outcome would have been the same. What do you mean? I'm talking about the time of death. Your father wasn't killed right after you left your room. What? Explain yourself at once, Private Justice. You said you saw your father burning the orb, right? But that night, he went out to hide in a cave. So, what you saw, Sarge, was something that happened before your father left to hide the orb. So you see, you didn't pass out right before he was killed. You passed out right before he left for the cave to hide the orb in the ruins within. So, even if I hadn't passed out, that's right. The outcome would have been the same, but exactly the same. Because your father, Dr. Buff, was killed after he returned from the ruins. And therefore, Sarge, there's no need for you to blame yourself. Oh, I see. Private Justice? Can you really say I bear no blame in this? Why do you ask? Because truth is, if I hadn't engaged in my siege defense, Papa would still be alive. Sarge. Papa wished nothing more than for me to lead a happy, healthy life. That's why he quit his job and moved us out, away from the big city. I didn't have the courage to set foot outside into the outside world. And in the end, I would make Papa's wish come true. Sarge? If you want to make your father's wish come true, if that's what you really want, then who's to say it's too late? Why don't you take the first step now? My first step? That's right. You can cast off all your regret. You can stop standing still and start moving forward. You have the power within you. I know from experience. I know what it's like to feel like you do. But only you can decide to take that first step. If you don't change your tactics now, Sarge, the victory you seek in the war you're waging will always lie beyond your grasp. Think I understand now? I've made up my mind. As of this moment, I will suspend my siege defense indefinitely. Oh, he's in a wheelchair. I guess that makes sense. It's a girl? Oh, okay. I guess they never really said what the kid's name was, right? Sergeant Buff, reporting for duty. What? I thought you were a guy. You're definitely not the gruff drill sergeant I envisioned. My mama was in the Russian army. I was just as shocked, but it certainly explained a few things when I found out too. May I introduce you to Miss Army Buff? God damn. The names. No way. Careful, soldier. Don't forget I could blow you away at a moment's notice. She's just too cute. So, have you always been in a wheelchair, Sarge? Negative. Only since I was injured in the fire.
Your voice sounds awfully different from before.
She's pretty fucking adorable. My drone features a voice modulation device. Just one of my army's many technological marvels.
Oh, you fooled me. Thought some 20-something military fanatic was at the controls.
If it's all the same to you troops, I'd like to continue my testimony. I just remembered something. It says crisp and clear as a trumpet at roll call. What did you remember? It wasn't my mother who appeared in the burning orb. It was some lady Papa had shown me a picture of a long time ago. He said it was the Holy Mother, the founder of Coranianism. She appeared right there, right in the burning orb. Huh? What did you say? Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. The Holy Mother of Coranianism was in the burning orb? Well, yeah, see? Offer prayers as fervent as fire, and then the Holy Mother's return. Duh. What does that even mean? I have a bad feeling about this. Could it be? Could this explain what Sarge means by the Holy Mother appearing in the orb?
Take that!
Dr. Buff's research notes? What do they have to do with this? Look at this. The burning orb, the appearance of the founder. This part points to both.
Take that!
There's a legend about the orb involving a mysterious riddle. And this song in turn is said to contain the key to solving it. If the legend is true, then I believe the answer lies in this part of the song. Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return. Well, anyone see where I'm going with this? Prayers as fervent as fire. Ugh. You're supposed to set the orb on fire? The whole stanza seems to suggest that the founder will appear if the orb is set on fire. Wait, so the doctor, Yes, Athena. He had solved the ancient riddle of the founder's orb.
My.
Papa was a great archaeologist, so I believe in him. I want to believe he achieved his long dream of solving that riddle before he died. Well, we won't know for sure until we try it for ourselves. Yes, do it, Private Justice, please. I want to see what Papa was searching for with my own eyes.
Objection!
The plaintiff must object.
Objection!
The plaintiff will stand down and be quiet.
Objection!
You don't have the right to set a precious relic like that on fire. Oh, but I do. All I needed was Sarge's permission. Since we still don't know if this treasure is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Ami Fe, any ownership rights the Doctor had now belong to his daughter. Therefore, you have absolutely no right to stop us.
Very well, Mr. Justice. I thought I'd be saying this, but you may burn the evidence.
Man, there's so much going on in this thing. All right, let's see it. The inside of the orb. It's melting. It's like wax. There's something in there. Oh, and it's her face in there. Ah, I see. That's why. Dirk! Oh, sorry. Dirk, isn't she? Her garb leaves no room for doubt. It's the founder herself. Face and all. Is the Holy Mother Ami Faye by chance?
I don't understand. Raised to taboos and Koreanism is the depiction of the founder's face. Here it is, hidden within this orb.
But that explains why it would like give you power, right? Sorry, Mr. Wright, but as you can see, the issue is crystal clear. This figure is the Holy Mother, founder of Koreanism. And based on that, this must be none other than the founder's orb.
Objection!
Be that as it may, Mr. Rebel still may have killed the doctor. If so, it would render the orb's transfer agreement null and void. Don't play dumb, Mr. Wright. The truth of the matter has already been proven. Dr. Buff wasn't killed right after Sarge saw Mr. Ribble. Happened after the doctor came back from hiding the orb. Got no proof that Mr. Ribble was still around at the time. Your claim that the Defiant Dragons were behind the crime doesn't hold water. And that means the orb transfer agreement is still perfectly valid. Admit it, Mr. Wright. I just burned your whole case to the ground. Oh! Sorry. You're not the player character right now, so you have to lose. I actually won?
Mr. Wright, you can't respond.
Respond. I didn't think so. Wait, did we just win? Did we actually beat the Turnabout Terror? You're amazing, Apollo. Don't just stand there, right? Do something! Well, I don't think there's any digging out of this hole. Mr. Addison Wimperson, I think it's time for your concession speech. I have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the Founder's Orb. The facts don't lie, but you obviously do. How's that for a campaign slogan? Why, you contemptuous peasant.
I think this is a good time to wrap up this trial. Both parties have no further objections. I'll render my verdict.
No objections here, Your Honor. Oh. You can't do this. The crystal is mine. I'll lose the election if I lose that crystal. I'm sorry, but there's really nothing more I can do. You haven't forgotten about our little chat, have you? What's going on here?
Objection!
Your Honor, I object to the defense's last claim. What? I don't believe they have truly proven that the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I don't think you mean you could bluff your way out of this one. What possible argument could you have to claim that this isn't the Founder's Orb? About that. Of course. You can't possibly have hit on something. The defense's assertion is incomplete, and this is why. Their claim that this relic is the Founder's Orb is based on a legend, and that legend claims that the Founder will return when the riddle is solved at last. Right, and that's what happened. The Founder was revealed for all to see. Mr. Justice, what about the rest of the legend? Huh? According to the legend, once the Founder returned, she would bestow spiritual power onto the person who solved the riddle. You're kidding, right? Well, Mr. Justice, do you feel great spiritual power coursing through your veins? No. But receiving spiritual powers and stuff, it's all just mystic mumbo jumbo, right? Maybe so, but you're the one basing your claim on said legend. And what we saw here does not fully fulfill it, does it? No, but... Consequentially, you cannot rightfully claim that this is the Founder's Orb. I don't know, man. Judge, come on. There's nothing into him. Why is Mr. Wright doing this?
It appears that Mr. Wright has lost a few of his marbles.
That couldn't be further from the truth, Your Honor.
In any case, I believe this is a good time for a recess. Both sides will have 20 minutes to prepare. Ask that all arguments be ready by then. Oh, and Mr. Wright, you do well to watch up and find your missing marbles by then, too.
I wonder if, like, politician is holding Maya hostage or something. We're still technically in the process of the start stage. Give me a second. Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. I wanna find like an outline thingy if I can. Sorry, I'm trying to find like okay, there's there's still like 5 parts to go, I guess. So So I'm going to save and stop here for now, and we'll pick it up again later, because I have other things I need to do tonight, and I don't want to go past, like, 2 hours. So this is a good enough time as any to stop, and I will see you all tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Well, actually, I don't know. Tomorrow's Thursday, and I don't really know if... I haven't really talked to people yet about if there's trivia or not. But potentially there's either no stream tomorrow because of trivia and social obligations, or if there is one, it might be a random one-off, like some Pokemon or maybe even some Fire Emblem. I don't know. So we'll find out later. But Friday, we will most likely pick up either this case where we just left off or Hollow Knight. We'll see. But for now, take it easy. Hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.